Sayonara, Ogallala Aquifer. Hello, Great American Desert. If America's breadbasket keeps pumping the Ogallala Aquifer, they could make the water-scarce desert environment of Mad Max Fury Road a reality. The Ogallala Aquifer is a massive groundwater reservoir underneath parts of Colorado, Kansas, Nebraska, Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Wyoming, and South Dakota. There is no shared agreement between the states on how to use it. The Denver Post examined federal data on the aquifer and found that it shrank at double the rate over the last 6 years compared with the last 60. The water loss has impacted those living in rural areas. One resident told the Denver Post that he doesn't know if he'll get water when he turns on the faucet. Many streams and rivers linked to the aquifer have dried up, and more are expected to do so if nothing changes. Various species of fish, including the catfish, are also disappearing. The Denver Post reports that even if farmers in the 8 states drastically reduce their pumping, it takes centuries for the planet to renew the aquifer. Our planet is changing.
Researchers find plastic-breaking fungus. New research coming out of China may hold the key to dealing with the world's massive plastic waste problem. Plastic is not easily biodegradable and can take thousands of years to decompose. A group of researchers found Aspergillus tubangensis, a common soil fungus, at a dump in Pakistan. Under laboratory conditions, it was shown to break down plastic in weeks, not years. Aspergillus tubangensis has previously been found in patients with lung conditions, such as cystic fibrosis. The fungus used its roots to break apart the plastic, but its effectiveness was found to be influenced by other factors, such as temperature and pH levels. Researchers say that tweaking these could pave the way for fungi to be used in waste treatment plants or in soils impacted by plastic.
UAE-sized hole opens up in Antarctica. Well, here's something you don't see every day. A nation-sized body of water known as a polynya has opened up in Antarctica. Scientists say this is the second year in a row the massive hole has appeared. At 30,000 square miles in size, it is half the size of Florida, around the same size as the UAE, and 3 times as big as Hawaii. Warming waters from changes in the environment are said to play a part in the formation of such holes, as well as weather factors. Thing is, we wouldn't even know it was there if we didn't have satellites. Thanks, science! Study shows 76% drop in flying bug populations. Bugs, while icky, are critical to nature, and new research indicates they might be in decline. The research looked at the biomass of flying insects inside 63 German nature reserves. It found that between 1989 and 2016, the reserve's total flying insect population had declined by an average of 76%. The cause of the massive drop is unclear, but the fact the insects vanished at such a high rate has scientists concerned. The researchers say their findings could be representative of other areas around the world. Nature needs bugs, and we need nature. And if there's no nature, well, the planet becomes Mars 2.0.
Asia's glaciers are shrinking. With Asian glaciers facing a massive melt by the end of the century, millions of people are at risk of water shortages, and it's all thanks to global warming. The high mountains of Asia lie in a region surrounding the Tibetan Plateau and contains the largest store of permanent ice outside the North and South Poles. Meltwater feeds into major rivers like the Indus, Yangtze, and Mekong, and are used for drinking, hydroelectric power, and irrigation. Scientists predict that Asian high mountain glaciers will lose 1/3 of their mass by 2100 if the global temperature rises 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. If temperatures increase 3.5, 4, or 6 degrees, losses could reach 49, 51, and 65% respectively. Glacial loss could affect the region's water supply and lead to shortages. At the same time, accelerated melting could trigger intense flooding, especially when combined with climate change-induced heavy rains and super typhoons. High warming scenarios carry worse consequences, including massive sea level rise, floods, droughts, loss of species, and even disease. The only way to avoid such a dismal future is by minimizing global temperature rise. And for that, we need to double, even triple efforts to combat climate change.